Hello, crafty friends. My name's Alicia, but you can call me Crafty Al. And welcome to Color Cube Live, episode number 6, I think it is now. If you are here with us in the live chat, make sure to let us know where you're watching from over in that chat box. And if you are here on the replay, let us know the same down in that comment section below. As you get in and settle, as you get here and settle in, if you haven't yet already given this video a thumbs up, your stamp of approval, I hope that you'll consider doing that because we're going to have fun today. So I hope that you do too, and you'll hit that thumbs up. So over in the chat, before I introduce my co-host, over in the chat, today's poll is this your first time at Color Cube Live? So if you're here live, let me know yes or no. And if you're here on the replay, just let us know if this is the first time you've seen a replay of Color Cube Live, and you can let us know down in that comment section below. So I will tell you more about Color Cube Live here in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to get my co-host on the screen. So please get those round of applauses ready for Karen of Karen's Crafting Company. Yay! Hello,
Hi.
friend. How are you doing
Hello, hello.
today?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. Why don't
Yeah.
you introduce yourself to our viewers who might not have seen you in any of these lives or last Saturday on our Sheet Load Live?
Yeah. My name is Karen, and I have the YouTube channel Karen's Crafting Company. I am also on Instagram with the handle at Karen's Crafting Company. I've been paper crafting for about 18, 20 years. I actually did first start with card making way back in the day. My roommate at the time was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so of course I was supporting her little side career there. And then I just kind of didn't really, it wasn't my thing. And then many years later, fast forwarding to 18 years ago, I started scrapbooking after my first daughter was born, and then I fell in love with it. And then about 6 years ago, that's where I came across Crafty Al through Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts. And when I saw them doing cards, I was like, oh, let's give this another try. And let's just say that the rest is history.
The rest was history. Well, I love that. So I don't know about the chat or the replay, but I want to know your friend that introduced you to card making all those years ago. Are they still a card maker that you
No,
know
she
of?
is not. She is not.
Okay.
She is
Okay.
not. Yeah. I
All
think
right.
she's done it for maybe 3 years. And then that was kind of like, that was it. She got
Okay.
married and then had a family and then just got busy and yeah, kind of gave it up.
I got you. Well, I'm so happy you're here with me again today.
Me
So,
too.
if you're in the audience, Color Cube Live is, you know that I love Color Cube cards. Well, so does Karen. So, we try to get together once a month and we get crafty with color cubes while we chat with each other and you. Some months we will use the same product with different color cube cards, and other months, like this one, we are going to let you guys help us decide on a color cube card, and then we're going to create with different products. Now, super exciting for today. If you were here for yesterday's live stream when I talked about the new combo clubs from Tailored Expressions that, remember, are up for order just a very short window, we talked about the new club, how it's going to be layering stencils and a 3D embossing folder. Well, today, Karen, which she'll show you the products here in a minute, she is going to be using one of TE's layer stencil and embossing folder combos. So you'll kind of get an idea of how those work together, what it will kind of be like. And then if you want to know more about the combo club and get signed up by the 24th, I think it closes the morning of the 25th, then I do have some links in the description box that you can check out and get more information. I'm super excited. I signed up for the club as soon as it went up for sale. Karen, did you sign up for the club?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. The first day it came out.
I know. I got the email at 9 and I was over there at 9:05 placing my order.
Yeah.
It seems to be my birthday present each year because it starts shipping in April. So it
Right.
works out perfectly.
Yeah. It's
All
perfect.
right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll to see how many people this is their first time. Let's see here. And, oh, I just played a drum roll, but only Karen and I can hear it, so that was pointless. But 53% of you, this is not your first time. So to those 53%, welcome back. So glad you're here. To the 46% that it is your first time, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope that you will come back again next month and the following months after that. Don't forget, Susan has reminded us, give that stamp of approval, give this video your thumbs up. You know I like to keep you updated. Right now, there are 35 of you on here and 16 thumbs up. So let's try to get to 25 maybe before we start getting crafty. So it's free, quick, easy. Hit that thumbs up. And if you have a crafty friend who might like to come join us, you can always share the video as well. So, Karen, do you think there's anything else that we need to talk about before you go get your camera changed? I kind of feel like I
Uh,
haven't done this in forever.
I, well, you covered the club combo thing, so that was good.
Yeah.
So I don't think so.
All right.
I think
Well,
so.
I'm
I think we're
going
ready.
to take you down and you can change your camera while I talk a little bit about what I want to remind people of. All right.
All right.
All right. First of all, you might have noticed my t-shirt. I did let you know with the past couple live streams that it was time for us to go back to the theater here in Omaha. And our first tickets were for Kimberly Akimbo, which was a very cute musical. No regrets. I I normally buy like the little pins, like the enamel pins. That's my souvenir. I've quit buying t-shirts at every musical, but guess in the chat why I might have bought the shirt for this musical. I'll let you figure that one out. And I am going to change my camera over. And I have just a couple things I want to remind you of or tell you about. So over here on the left, let's see, what was it? Monday, Danny of Danny's Dreams, who I saw in the chat earlier, and I got together for a live stream using her February prompts. And one of them was collage dies. So here's the card I made. If you didn't see it, make sure to check out the replay. Over on the right is the card that I made during my live stream yesterday, where I talked about those TE combo clubs. And if you were here, you saw how I stamped and stenciled on some wood grain cardstock. Again, if you haven't watched that video, I hope you'll check it out. And super exciting news. Today is the 20th, which means it is time for the Oh So Inspired Collaboration Hop. If you have already watched any of the videos on that hop, put OSI over in the chat box. And this month is kind of special today because Karen was our inspiration. So this is the card I was inspired by Karen to create. To see the inspiration I used from her Instagram account, make sure to check out that video. I do have the playlist linked down in that description box below. And speaking of playlists, I forgot you guys. Please, if you are not already subscribed to Karen, make sure to go over and do that. Every once in a while, Nightbot will put her link in the chat, which I think Nightbot just did. And it's also down in the description box. So you'll want to make sure you go subscribe and watch her videos. All right. I do see Karen. Are you ready to come back on? All right. I got the thumbs up. Welcome back, friend. I wanted to give one more thing, and then I'm going to let you talk about your product. So I do see here that a few people nailed why I bought this shirt, and you are exactly right, because it had a rainbow on it. So I could not pass it up. And the pin set was 3 pins, and they have a rainbow on it as well. I'm going to let Karen talk about what she is using while I gather my supplies.
Alrighty, so I'm using the Summer Nights stencil and 3D embossing set from Taylor Expressions. And I did get some added things to go with it that they were selling. So here is the stencil. You'll see it better once I start inking and getting it onto the cardstock. This is the 3D embossing folder. Let's see if you could probably see that too well. There we go. So that's kind of what it will look like once it's stenciled, and then we run it through the Big Shot, and then it will emboss that and give it a nice 3D dimensional look. And then the added pieces that I got was I got this die, and what this does is it will cut out the center of that the finished stenciled and embossed piece. It also, I also got like these cute little like stars. They come in different sizes. And then I did buy these dragon tails, these really cute little butterflies. And I plan on adding those into the center of that piece. So that's pretty much my collection. And then for my sentiment, I didn't see this on the website, so I couldn't link it in my description box, but I'm using the Thinking of You sentiment from the Diamond Botanical stamp set. Alicia, do you remember was this a free with purchase, or do you remember what this was?
I don't, but I do
Okay.
think I have that as well. And if it was like a Stamp Joy thing, I think it would say Stamp Joy exclusive. So I'm not sure that it's that either.
Yeah,
But
it's not
it
that
does
because
look
yeah, it doesn't
familiar.
say that. Okay. Yeah, I don't
All
remember
right.
where that.
Well, thank you for sharing your products. I'm going to give a quick look, and then we are going to have the live viewers vote on which color combo we'll be using. I almost forgot that
Great.
we had to do that. So for my cards today, yes, I'm going to make more than one. I'm going to use a stencil set that my sister Lisa sent me, and it's by Christina Werner. There is a 5-layer stencil set that does like this really colorful one. And then it also includes one that would just do like that background with the floral outlines. And because I loved the effect of stenciling onto the wood grain cardstock yesterday, I cut down a piece to 5.5 by 8.5, which gosh, it's so hard to see that. And I'm going to stencil again on the wood grain. For my sentiment, I'm just going to use this hello die with the backer. And I'll probably get out some vellum for the backer. So now that you know what we're using, I want to show you the possible color combos that you can vote on. So Karen chose one, I chose one, and then my channel members got to vote on 3 others, and the winner of that will be the third. So in no particular order, this is card number 219. 367, you might recognize this, and number 75. So take a second, decide which one of these you would like to see us create with, and I'm going to start the poll. And the poll is going to be A, B, or C. All right, so figure out which one you want, and I'm going to start that and give you 2 minutes to get your vote in. And I have some new waiting music while you get those in. Actually, before I start that, I do want to remind you that as we get into crafting, we won't be able to look at the chat completely. So if you come up with any questions for us, please make sure to type question in all caps in front of the comment. That way, when we can look over, those are going to kind of jump out at us. And if it's just a general question that anybody in the chat could answer, you could definitely go ahead and pose it to them. And then you don't have to put that capital question in front of your message. So thank you for doing that to help us out. And now we're going to use our new music that I debuted yesterday. All right. Now, if you are here on the replay, let us know which you would have voted on, A, B, or C. And now we'll find out what the live audience wants us to use. With 60% of the vote, it is going to be B. And this was actually the card that, was it your Google Assistant chose it, Karen?
Yes, it was.
And this is actually probably my favorite color cube card ever. So I don't mind playing with that again. We did, I think both of us prepped ahead of time the colors that we would be using for each of these cards. And I actually used my Spellbinders, the new die set, to make myself a little swatch here. And on the back, I wrote down which inks or cardstocks I will be using. So Karen, if you want to tell us, are you ready to tell us what inks you chose for yours?
Yes. So let's see. I wrote some notes down, so I'm just going to put that to the side. Okay, so for the blush, I went with Passion Fruit. Now these are all Tailored Expression inks. For the salmon, I went with Guava. For the tangerine, I went with Candy Corn. The mimosa is Pear. The beige is Mint Julep. And then the seafoam is Cookie Monster.
Fabulous. And those were also, mine were pretty much the same, except I used to do Gina K Designs Plum Punch because I have that in ink and cardstock. So I will probably be using that in case I want to make my cardstock out of that same color. Otherwise, like Karen said, TE does have that passion fruit ink. They just don't have that cardstock anymore. So, and I don't even think Gina K Designs, they might not even have Plum Punch anymore. I just happen to have a few sheets left. So we'll get started crafting. If there is anything in the chat that you want to see more up close, make sure to let me know and I can highlight one of us. Karen, if there's like a technique you think that I should highlight you for, make sure to let me know and I will do that. And I do see we have some new friends joining us. Welcome, welcome. Yvette, and let's see, Vicky just joined us. Or maybe she just said hi. Maybe she has been here the whole time. Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't yet already hit that thumbs up, please do so. I challenged you to get to 25 by the time we started crafting, and you did. You got us to 32. If you have not yet hit that thumbs up, please do so. Let's see if we can get to 50 by the end of the video, which, guys, we're going to be giving away our cards today, so you will want to stick around. Oh, goodness. So do you have anything coming up, Karen, on your channel that you want to shout out?
So let's see, we've got the Osho Inspired today. Tomorrow is the Craft with 5 challenge with Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts. The 25th, I have my Sheetload Rewind and the 12 Months of Christmas series. And I think that's all I've got so far for the rest of this month.
All you have. That sounds like a lot. So
yeah. Plus what we did earlier in the week,
yeah.
right? So yeah.
I have about the same. So good luck to both of us.
Yes, exactly.
I am setting up my cardstock and my stencil just on this grid mat, just so when I go to put on the rest of the stencils, it's kind of easy to see where I want it.
So before I get into my stenciling, I'm actually going to ink blend just a small piece of cardstock. That will be my backdrop to the middle of the stencil after I die cut that piece out. So I want to do that first.
Good idea. And Karen will explain later or kind of show us how once she's stenciled, she does the embossing, because I'm gonna be honest, I have like maybe stenciled and embossed that, you know, like the stenciled part, like one time maybe. So since I did get that club, I need Karen to show me how it's done.
I think it's going to end up being a personal preference. From what I see on the Tailored Expressions page, the general rule of thumb is that you would stencil first and then you would emboss. But I also know that there are people on there who they like to do the embossing first and then they stencil. It just works better for them. So you can try both ways and see, you know, what your personal preference is, because that's really what it comes down to, is your personal preference. So
Well, I'm hoping to find out whichever is the easiest for our 6 months. And I'm
exactly.
hoping, since we're both getting the combo club, maybe for those 6 months, we could focus on the same combo club with different color
Different car.
combos.
Yes,
And
that
we'll
would
have
be
to
fun.
figure out a way the audience can help us out. We'll have to figure out,
Yes,
you know, because if we pick the products and the color cube, we'll have to figure out how they can vote and help us decide.
right.
So if you come up with any suggestions, Karen, let me know. In the audience, if
Okay.
you come up with suggestions, let me know. And while I'm thinking about it, if you are here with us live or on the replay, have you ever done layered stenciling and then embossed it? Let us know that. And how often you've done it. I think, oh, I love the way I already like the way that mine's turning out with the ink blending on the wood grain cardstock. Which, speaking of that, if you missed yesterday's live, I did talk about the cardstock, and it is from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. They did send me their happy mail box for February, but this is actually product I bought on my own outside of that. And I do have a link in the description box below if you want to check this out. It's like super easy way to add texture to stuff like die cuts and stenciling. And again, all of the links in the description box below are affiliate links. So, well, some of them, they're not all affiliate links, but if you use those, I might make a portion of your sale at no extra cost to you. And also, Karen, I have her main products that she has used in my description box if you're over here and you want to check them out more closely. Vicky says she has never used stencils. So, oh, so Vicky, is that stencils at all or just layering stencils with the embossing folder? I was a late start to the stencils, but I will tell you what, they are some of my favorite things to buy now.
So Alicia, I think I may have a poll already.
Oh, poll. I know you can't see my face, but I do have the poll light on. Karen has a poll. So get those sirens, get those police lights over in the chat. And Karen, what is your poll going to be?
Okay, so the card that we have two different shades of green. And for this stencil, I have two different leaves on the stenciling and embossing. So I'm going with, I have the pear. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have the pear and the mint julep for the greens. Do we want the, I'm going to say standalone leaves, which are the ones that are not part of the flowers. Do we want those to be, I'm not sure how to do the poll, Alicia. Do we like pear
Yeah, I
or,
normally I would do like, oh, green or blue, but since both of yours are kinds of green, I did do by their names, so mint julep or
okay,
pear. So do
okay,
you want to
great.
hold each of those colors up closer to the screen maybe
Sure.
so they can get a better look at them? So I have that poll started, you guys. Let us know about the standalone leaves, right? Is what we're
Yes,
voting on?
standalone leaves
Okay.
first. Yes,
All
thank you.
right. So get that vote in. You have about a minute and a half. And I think I'm just going to kind of keep stenciling and then we will see the results. Oh, And Nightbot just put a helpful link over in the chat. That cardstock that I just told you about, the textured, you can go there. Oh, wait, that's okay. That's the overall cardstock shop link. But if you go there and shop, you would just search for wood grain cardstock. And if you use that code CraftyAl10, you will save 10% on most items over there. So you check it out and save some money. I'm gonna remove my stencil, but I'm gonna kind of hide it because I want the results to be kind of private at the end. I want everybody to be wowed at the same time.
What are you sipping on today, Alicia?
Well, Karen, I told you this. I was up for about 3 hours in the middle of the night, and then my daughter decided she was gonna go and get a biscuit at McDonald's for breakfast, which, hey, I did pass that up. But there was no way that I was going to pass up my Diet Coke for some caffeine. So I'm sipping on a fountain Diet Coke. How about you?
I'm actually sipping on some hot tea today. It's a bit chilly over here. I'm sure it's much colder where you are. But I've got some maple ginger tea that I
Mm.
along
I'm
with my
not
water. I mean, I always have the water with me, but
I'm
the
not a
tea
fan
is
of
definitely
hot beverages, but that does sound kind of yummy there.
yeah, it's tasty.
All right. Let us know in the chat what you're sipping on as you watch, and let us know, are you crafting along? Are you watching? Are you working? Yeah, oh yeah, here Danny says, we broke records today and last night for our cold. Yes, it was
Ugh,
outrageously cold here. But I know cold is all relative.
exactly.
All right, with the poll has finished, so let's see which Karen will be using for the standalone leaves. So with 65% of the vote, Karen, they say mint julep.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Thank you for
Okay.
voting. And again, if you're watching the replay, you can always let us know which color you would have chosen. I always love to go back. Some of you will like answer every single question I posed in the chat, and I love to go back and read that. Let's see. Kim Green Slade, water and green tea. Danny is drinking water while she works on getting cards and clear sleeves for her craft fair. Yes, Danny has a craft fair in March. Let's all send her some
Oh, yay.
good luck, sell lots vibes. Paula is stamped some images to color later. And Susan is working as usual. And she is sipping on POG this morning. Do you know what that is, Karen?
I have no idea. I was just going to ask you, what is that?
I don't know. Yvette, hello, friend. She is busy rearranging her craft space again. Oh my goodness, I am in the middle of that as well. Danny's coming over for virtual stamp joy, and wow, is that just like, oh my gosh,
Couple of
two
weeks, actually.
weekends away?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to get busy. Otherwise, Danny has to craft on the floor. And I know she would probably just stay home if that was the case. Okay, Susan has answered. POG is passion orange guava juice. I would have never guessed that. Thank you for letting us
Yeah,
know.
me neither. Not at all.
All right, I need to find my next color and quit running off the head so much. All right, guava. So speaking of guava, that's the next ink that I'm using.
Look at that. Are you and Danny going to do the unboxing together?
No. Oh, no. And speaking of
Okay.
that, that's tomorrow. So if you're doing virtual Stamp Joy, normally Karen and I do our Color Cube lives on Fridays, but tomorrow Taylor is unboxing the Stamp Joy box. So I'll be there. I don't know, Karen, are
I'll
you
be there.
planning on watching as
Yes.
well?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
That's when I'm actually opening my box for the first time. I have not opened my box.
I have not either. I have not either. I was not
Yeah.
team rip it open or peek.
Yes.
Um, Danny says she'd really like a table and chair. I got you, friend. Somehow I will get you a table and chair. Uh, Susan says that it's Hawaiian, as close to the islands as she can get right now. Hey, I like that.
Exactly.
Uh, Does anybody in the chat or on replay have this Christina Werner stencil set? Like I said, my sister sent me this. Thank you, Lisa, if you're watching.
Now the other leaves are pear.
This will be my first time using it. And I will have, I think Karen might have another poll later, but I'm definitely going to have a poll. So stick around. I know that we all love to get your input, and it's kind of like you are helping us make our cards when you help us with the decisions.
Yes.
Okay, Arlene said, what do you do or will you do with the Spellbinder swatches? So my plan is, Arlene, I still have to find them. They're somewhere in my house, but these will go on one of these binder rings. So maybe instead of sometimes asking, Google for a number or doing just pulling them out at randomly, I will just flip through this swatch ring and be like, oh yeah, I want to revisit that. I do have quite a few made up already. I've been kind of making them as I use a new color cube card. So I just think they're fun. And if you have color cubes or you like to make color combos, I do have the dies to make this linked in the description box. And Kim says she does not have this stencil set, but she might have to purchase it. Okay, I hear ya. I almost started ink blending with my purple blending brush. I had to move that out of the way.
Alicia, do you clean your stencils as you are working with them?
Well, as far as when I'm done with my crafty session, I take them to the bathroom upstairs and spray them with power wash. But like, I don't clean them with alcohol while like we're here on a live. So is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just let them sit in that Dawn power wash for a minute and then rinse
I'm
them
just
off.
I just worry that because tailored expressions inks, they are stainers, and I just
Yeah.
worry that that's a good idea. Let them just soak. What's the stuff that you let them soak in? Dawn?
Dawn power wash. It's like a spray bottle. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's dish soap with alcohol in it. And Karen, I
Hmm.
will tell you what, it usually gets off all the color, even on the really ones that stain a lot. Now, sometimes in the etched lines, it might keep the color in there, but oh my goodness, it gets off all those dark colors usually.
Yeah. I bought her spray, and I really do like her spray. I think for the most part it does work. Of course, you've got those reds that just, I think any red ink, no matter what company it is, that's
Yeah,
just a stainer. I think that's just something we as crafters just deal with.
yeah. Is this the spray you mean, Karen, the Stamper Spritz?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this does clean a lot of stuff off. It does have kind of a oily feel to
Yeah.
it, so I usually spray it with this and wipe it with my wet cloth. But yeah, that is a pretty good cleaner. I think everybody wants to have Susan's tropical Hawaii inspired beverage.
Yeah.
Candy corn. I think this will probably be, of course, okay, so on Monday when I went live with Danny, we were chatting about, oh, doing like a weekly stash live video, right? And somehow I'm like, oh, I don't think I could do like every week, completely forgetting about December, right? But then this week, this is my third live stream. So I was gonna say this is probably my last live stream for the month, but I don't want to make a liar out of myself.
I actually thought we were going to wait until March because when I saw your lives, I thought, well, she's busy. I'm not going to be able to do one this month.
No, we are fitting in Color Cube
Awesome.
Live.
That's great.
Let's see. I saw Susan said if you fly to Hawaii on Hawaiian Airlines, you will get a complimentary POG. Well, I
Oh,
wish I was flying to Hawaii too. Kim said she should be working on her grandson's birthday cards, but she's mesmerized by watching us both ink blend.
oh, that's awesome.
I don't like that you're distracted from your goal, but I'm glad that you're enjoying our ink blending. Here. And hopefully we'll get cards finished sometime today. My plan is to make multiples, but we might be here until tomorrow when the unboxing is.
All right, so that was my last stencil.
Ooh, are you ready to reveal?
Sure.
All right, let me make you big and you can show us what it
Let
looks
me
like.
just get my papers off here. And ooh, oh,
That is super pretty.
that is pretty.
I love that.
Oh, I like
Cute.
that we went with the mint julep for the standalone leaves. I think that
Yay!
looks great. Yeah.
Another great decision
See,
from our
thanks,
viewers.
thanks to you. Yes, exactly. Thanks to you guys.
So it's like they made the card too, right along with us.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I am 100% on board with that.
You are getting lots of love in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Definitely
Hmm.
one of my favorite layering stencils from Tailored Expressions. They also have one called Summer Days. So basically, it's similar to this, but it's more like this way, and then so it's horizontal, and then the flowers go upward. So, and you don't
I
have these
think
big tall flowers here on the side.
I think I might somewhere in my collection have both of those, and I have not used it, but I totally need to get that one you used out because that is
That
gorgeous.
is this well, and with those colors, I mean, those colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, they worked out very well for
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna run this through my embossing folder.
It is time for Susan's morning meeting, so she's
Oh,
going on mute. Uh, well, I think it was on the live with Danny. I think Susan forgot to go to her meeting. So we don't want that to happen again. So I think yesterday the chat helped her out and helped her remember.
trim this down a little bit first.
I have one more color, you guys, and then I will be ready to reveal.
Yay!
Oh, I just realized. I might have a poll as well. You know
Oh,
what? You know what? I'm gonna skip to the blue because I have a poll later for everyone. I had two colors left, but only one stencil, and the next color is the middle of the flowers. Since I've already used the green, I'm gonna skip over to the Cookie Monster. But I will have a poll. And if Lisa is here kind of watching on the DL, thanks again for this stencil. I can't wait to use it again.
This is not lining up. Oh, because I have it on the wrong side. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna enlarge you and watch you do this. So what do you mean that you have it on the wrong side?
So I was trying to line it up this way. See
Okay.
how the title of the embossing, oh, you can't see that, but the title of the embossing folder is up here and then her logo is down here on the bottom right.
Okay.
So that's like the front of the, I had it this way and it wasn't lining up. And I'm like, why is it not lining up? I was trying to do it
No.
this way and it wasn't working.
So a tip for when I get mine, I'll be ready. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, I am
So
almost
we
ready
did
for the
something
reveal.
similar of this in the last virtual Stamp Joy. And their recommendation was when you're placing the cardstock into your embossing folder, you kind of want it like shifted up just a smidge and like off to the right. I'm not sure what, I don't know what the reason is for that. I mean, I
I was
haven't
gonna ask what the
had
reason
any,
was.
yeah, I haven't had any, I mean, I've done the butterfly one a few times now and I line them up kind of exact and I haven't had any issues. So let's see what this one does.
After you run, oh wait, good, you're gonna show us. I was gonna say, can you tell us what sandwich you're using?
Yeah, so I'm going to use, so for the base, you go to the tab number 1, which is the orange if you have the Big Shot. And then I place the embossing folder down and then I use one of my clear plates. But what I do is start to run it through and if it, okay, so there's no grab here.
Okay.
So now what I do is I will take some extra pieces of cardstock that I just have cut specifically for this reason. And I just layer that. I just take a couple of sheets. It's kind of trial and error. You kind of feel the grip of it. You know what I didn't do? I did
What's
not wet my cardstock. Because you don't want
okay,
it to
now
crack.
I was just gonna ask you, let us know why you would want to do that.
So you want to wet the back part of your cardstock because you don't want, when it's running through the Big Shot, you don't want it to crack, the cardstock to crack.
And then Kim has a question. Thank you, Kim, for putting your question in front there. She says, can you die cut and emboss at the same time?
You know what? That's a great question. I have not done that before. I would think not, just because you have to, because the cardstock is sandwiched in, and I don't think the die cut would, I don't think the die would cut it. I don't think it would cut it. I'm afraid it would damage the folder.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, even if you could fit that metal die in, I am afraid, yeah, it might ruin it in some way that if next time you decided not to die cut, that you might have, something might happen. But,
Right.
if anybody out there has that same question and you have something like this that you don't care if it gets ruined, give it a try and report back.
Right.
Paula says after
Right.
seeing the struggle of lining that up in the folder, she's thinking embossing earlier might be easier.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Paula said that when she saw you trying to get that lined up,
Yeah.
she maybe embossing earlier would be easier.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that during virtual Stamp Joy, I think Taylor told us why on at least theirs you should stencil first. But again, it's one of those things, I think trial and error, see which works best for you.
Exactly.
And then Helga, welcome, Helga. I've been thinking about
Hi,
you lots,
Laura.
friend. Glad you could stop by. Oh, and I might have misspoke. She said She said emboss first, and I might have misspoke. I think you actually did maybe type that. All right. So once Karen shows us that finished, I'm going to reveal my stenciling. I can't wait. And if you want to check out some color cubes, Tailored Expressions does now have box 1 and 2 in stock. When I checked Sarah Renae Clark yesterday, I think you can order them, but they are not currently in stock. You have to wait. All right. Oh, hold that
All
up
right,
there.
so it is a little off center, and then there's a little bit of a indentation in the center, but that's going to be popped out when I take my die and cut that out. So I'm not too worried about that. But you can see that some of it kind of shifted a little bit here on the left. I mean, I think overall it looks pretty good. And then there is some cracking just a little bit up here at the top. But I don't think it's terribly noticeable.
No, I think it looks great. Can you hold it up closer to the camera? Maybe like kind of angle it so they can see that dimension better.
I'll show
There.
the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. And I think even if it's off a little bit, you know, sometimes they do that stamping technique where they adjust it. Dave said, TE says emboss after because the stenciling will depress the impression. That is true. And you know what? Karen even mentioned that earlier to me. All right, I am ready. If you're ready for the reveal of my stenciling, put some rainbows over there in the chat.
Rainbows.
Because what else can you put in the chat, right?
Come on now, yeah.
All right, are you guys ready? I'm super excited. I didn't even really look at it either as I was changing out the stencils. I could only see what I was doing. So I'm going to pick this up because I do have it taped down. Okay, I see some rainbows coming in. Let's go ahead and get some more of those in. Make sure to give the video your stamp of approval if you haven't yet already. About 16 of you watching have not yet hit that. If you're here watching live and you haven't given the stamp of approval, let us know what will change your minds over there in the live chat. All right, are we ready, guys? Here we go. Oh my gosh.
Drum roll.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Because that cardstock had that wood grain texture, it comes out in the stenciling. Yay! I love that. I'm going to be using that again. Now I have a poll. So I'm turning on my light, even though you can't see it. I want to know. I was going to make multiple cards. So my first plan was to use rectangle and circle dies. And I think I can get 4 cards. Like if I cut 2 rectangles and cut a circle out of each, I could then make, you know, some more cards. I might not finish them all on screen. So do I use the dies? Or since this is 8.5 by 5.5, it is the same size as the TE Happy half sheets, which if you stamp or you have a half sheet of pattern paper, they give you card layouts, and cutting dimensions to make multiple cards. So this would be the one I use. So I would get 4 cards also, and these would be the layouts. So I'm going to start the poll, and what I want to know is, should I do the die cut cards or the happy half sheet? So let me get that ready while you think about which you would like to see me use. All right, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to get that in. Let me know which. And I thought about something I needed to go do while I was, oh yes, I need to go over and get my plum punch cardstock. What do you think? Happy half sheet or die cutting? I did see Stephanie said happy half sheet. Oh, And here I
I'm
didn't even
sorry.
notice it.
No,
Did
I
you
was
say
on mute
something?
and I did.
Okay. Hold
Oh
on, let
my
me make you
goodness.
bigger. Let us know.
Okay, so what I was trying to say was that after you do your 3D embossing, and you want to, if you decide to use the die, it literally just sits right in place. Like you don't have to worry about trying to maneuver, like figure out where it literally just sinks right into where it needs to go. So it's perfect,
Fabulous.
if that
Fabulous.
makes
And
sense.
do you find that it flattens it at all when you do the die cutting of that center?
So I used this once before and I did not notice any flattening. So I'm going to
Okay.
say no.
All right. And if
And
you
I
hear
want
the
to give a little shout out hi to my friend Miss Dava. I didn't realize she was here until she asked the question. So I'm so glad she's here.
I was going to try to find one of her comments to highlight her, but I think it's up really high. Yes, welcome, Deva. Welcome anyone else who has joined us. And Nightbot, if you want to check out more about the 2025 TE Combo Club, Nightbot does have the links over in the chat now. And again, this year, it is the layered stencils and 3D embossing folder like Karen is using today. There she is. She says, hi, Karen. All right, the
Hello,
timer has
hello.
went off. Let's see which I will be using. So with, drum roll please, 68% of the vote, I will be making some happy half sheets.
Yay.
Yay. So these have these little borders here. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to use the Plum Punch from Gina K, which is that background color, and just cut some strips from that, which I'm going to go see if I have any scraps. So I just got out a few little scraps of Plum Punch. I'm going to cut these to a 1/4 inch. And how many do I need? I need 5. Kristen says she loves Gina K's Plum Punch. Me too. And I don't know if somebody can go do a little research, but I think, like Tailored Expressions has a very similar ink. I bet they were maybe made by the same mill, and I don't know if they're any longer available. Like TE, you can't buy this color cardstock anymore. Does somebody want to research and see if you can still buy Gina K's Plum Punch? Welcome back, Susan. Stephanie said, even though the half sheet is the right way, she thinks it still might leave areas with only cut off flowers. So I don't know, Stephanie, if you've ever seen like TE use these, or I have on others, but the thing is, like, most of these pieces are kind of little, so a lot gets cut off anyway, so you don't really see the whole big picture like you do here. You just see a small section. So I think we'll be okay. Oh, and Kristen's going to go do some reconnaissance for us on the Gina K Designs website. Thank you. Oh, Susan already got back with it. Susan says
She's
Plum
quick.
Punch. Yeah, gee, well, she is multitasking already, so she probably knows how to get over there. Plum Punch is available in ink and cardstock. Good to know. So if you like this color, get over to the Gina K site, which I do have an affiliate link with them. I didn't put it in the description box because I wasn't sure what our final color palette would be, but I do have a link to the Gina K Design store down toward the bottom of my description box. If you would use that, it would be greatly appreciated. And then here's Kristen. She is confirming that yes, it's still available. cutting strips takes more concentration than you might think. And
Exactly.
I am using a little piece of Scotch removable tape since I can't really hold this down with my fingers. I'm just having it help me. So if you've been around long, you know I love this stuff. I use it for lots of different stuff, lots of different projects. Oh, and I guess why my trimmer's out now, because Tailored Expressions does sell these. It has the dimensions on the back. So I'm not going to be sharing these, but I have it off to the side so I know how I have to cut my piece. But these are pretty reasonable, and I think there were like 5 different cards in here if you want to check those out.
So I'm super excited that I got to use all 6 colors. It's always fun when you can use all the colors.
Yes. And it says, okay, so this piece has to be cut at an angle, and it does give you specific, like how far from the top, how far from the bottom. I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm not going to worry too much about exact measurements.
Those daubers you were talking about in yesterday's video, I ordered some.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes, those come in very handy. I do not think you'll regret that. Donna says she wants to get the ink cubes. If you're talking about the Gina K designs, that is actually how I started out with colored inks. I bought all of the Gina K designs ink cubes, and then eventually I loved the ink so much that I then went and bought the full size pads. So I think you'll like those. It's great to just have lots of colors, and the price is a little less. So if you find that you have favorites, then you can buy the big ink pads. Oh, I see lots of people are just rolling in. Donna and Diane made it. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, as you join us, if you'll give the video a thumbs up. Right now we have 51 likes, so we did get over 50, but we have 65 of you watching, so we'd love it if you gave a thumbs up. And I'm just going to go ahead and use white card bases. They were easy for me to find down in my stash. And some of the cards are portrait, and then there's the one landscape. So just want to make sure I get those out. And I think the white, normally I've gotten more into using colored card bases because my friend Danny inspired me. But I think with the white lines on this, that a white card base will look nice.
Well, I think so too.
Oh, Diane gave that stamp of approval when she came in. Thank you so much. Oh, Donna wants to buy the color cubes. Well, Donna, I don't think you'll regret that purchase either. So I feel you there, whichever you decide on. And hey, maybe you want some Gina K ink cubes too.
Exactly.
All right, so on the first card, we have pieces 1 and 2. And yes, if I know Helga, I think Helga must have gotten a card from Danny, and she says that receiving it was just at the right moment. She's having a hard time. Yes, if you could all send some positive thoughts and prayers to Helga. She's going through some stuff right now, so You know how much of a support she is here on my channel in the chat to me. Just please keep her in your thoughts. And yeah, I've been thinking about you lots, Helga.
So I'm gonna trim this.
Don't forget, as we're kind of putting, or as I'm, yeah, Karen's working on some cutting, you know, if you have those questions, make sure to put question all caps in front of it. Or if you just have like a comment for one of us, you could put our name. But again, if they're just general crafty questions, you can throw those in the chat as well, just for other viewers. Mary Jo Walker says hello from Papillion, Nebraska. Mary Jo, I don't know if you know it, but hello right back to you from Papillion, Nebraska. Okay, guys, so the Plum Punch stenciling came out much lighter than the Plum Punch cardstock. I don't know if I like those together. You know what? I'm just, ugh. Karen, what do you think?
What's your other option?
I would find a TE cardstock that was closer to that purple, probably like Jelly Donut.
Yeah, that looks it looks a little too dark.
Yeah,
But
I agree. I think with the stenciling on that textured paper, it kind of lightens stuff. So I don't really want to cut more strips, but I think this will look better. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to make a
so
little
maybe
executive decision.
oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
So maybe another poll. So here's my the backdrop that I did with the passion fruit that will go behind here like this.
Okay.
And I have the Dr. Martin's white, what is it called again? The Dr. Martin's proof white, this.
Yes.
And I
Yep.
was thinking of
Yep.
splattering. So do we
Okay.
splatter or no splatter?
All right, I got my pole light on.
All right.
Let's start a poll. It will be yes or no, splatter, no splatter. And we will keep working while you, excuse me, help Karen decide. I have a feeling I know what the results will be, but we'll see.
Yes.
Christina said, what is action? What did oh, hold up. I see Stephanie. I am only stopped from getting rid of my colored cardstock bases because the blank card sets at Action are cheaper than good cardstock. I have a feeling Action is a store, but I bet Stephanie will let you know. Karen, you better get your splattering stuff ready. I'll just say that much. And if you're talking, you are on mute right now.
I will do that. Thank you. See, turn the mute off.
See, okay, now everybody knows. How many times do I like put myself on mute because I'm going to use my embossing tool or something, and then I come on and forget to unmute myself. Now you know it is super easy.
Exactly. Yes.
And my computer will even tell me, you're on mute when I'm trying to talk, but sometimes I ignore it.
Exactly. So should I stamp my sentiment first and then if I'm splattering, then splatter? Or
I would
splatter
probably
first and then,
I would probably, if it were me, I would probably stamp first in case the splatter affects the way your ink looks on the cardstock.
all
I
right,
don't know that it will.
okay.
All right, the poll is up. So let's see. I think it's pretty overwhelming that Karen, with 70% saying yes, you are going to be
Oh,
splattering today.
yay! Okay, let's
Yay.
splatter. Let's splatter.
And Kristen agrees. She says to stamp the sentiment first, then mask it a little. That's true. If you didn't want it to be splattered much, you could, yeah, mask it.
Mm, I
And
don't
then
have a
Christine,
die for this.
could you just like just tear a little scrap just kind of close to the size of your sentiment? It wouldn't have to be
Probably can.
exactly, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Danny agrees with Kristen. And then Christina says, I agree. Somebody should make a tool that would automatically unmute you when the noisy tool is turned off. I think that's a great idea. It would help me out a lot.
All right, sentiment.
It's a little cold down here in my basement. My nose keeps running.
Yeah, mine's pretty warm.
I have the last couple days I have had the space heater on, so it helps, but it's already a little cooler down here. And then when I did not look at the temperature today. Danny might be able to let us know, or my other friend who's here from Papillion, but I'm sure that the feels like is way under 0 degrees. Cause like even school was canceled today because of the cold. So I'm going to put each of these strips on and let them all dry and then cut them off cut them off at the same time. Danny says it's warmed up a bit from earlier. It's 3 degrees. It feels like -9. So
Oh,
I think I think
geez.
next week it's gonna be like a high of like 40 something one day. Now here in Nebraska, we'll be out in our shorts and tank tops, okay?
Wow. That is, holy moly.
Yeah, okay, Danny
We were
says
supposed to
Monday.
get some big snow, but it fell through. Fell through, so it didn't happen.
I never mind when snow falls through. Danny does. Do you mind when snow falls through, Karen?
I like it every once in a while. But we typically don't get a whole lot, but sometimes the big snowstorms are fun.
I only liked them when it was like a snow day at school, whether I was an adult working at the school or a kid who got to
Exactly.
stay home.
Yeah.
Okay, there, Mary Jo said one in Papillion, yeah. Dava wants to know, Karen, did they ever cancel school due to cold in Buffalo?
No. Snow, snow, snow. Although my daughter, she's at college and she actually had some of her in-person classes canceled and they switched it to Zoom because of how cold it was.
Okay.
I was like,
Now
well, that was
see,
nice of your professor to not let you walk, across
yeah.
the campus.
Yeah.
So,
So last week we had some snow and Presley's college canceled, but
oh
this
wow, okay.
week with these bitter cold temperatures, they have not.
Yeah. So I'm talking to myself, sorry.
I gotcha. And this is a little bit, this was a little bit bigger than 4 1/4, so I'll trim that off later. And I think since I'm making 4 cards, when we give our cards away later today, I'll probably draw 2 winners, spreading the love a little bit.
Aren't you just nice, Miss Alicia?
Danny
It's
said,
nice
it's
of
weird. Bella had many of her classes go to online, same college, different campuses. Yeah. There was one teacher that told them when it snowed this week, you know, don't risk it coming in, but her other teachers didn't do that. So we drove her there, or Paul took her. All right. Bye, Helga. Take care.
Bye, Helga.
Susan
Reading
said
my lovely
Susan's son has
book.
all of his classes online. I still need a sentiment, but I'm getting close to being done, Karen. How about you?
Yeah, I'm just doing my splatter and then just really just putting the card together.
Granted, I do have to do 4 sentiments, but hopefully they'll go quick. Does anybody in the chat have any crafty plans for this weekend? Will you be at the TE unboxing tomorrow for virtual stamp joy? My sister and I have been trying to get together like on Friday night and craft together over Zoom, so hopefully I'll get to do that. When's your next crafty day with Deva, Karen?
Her next scheduled is March 1st, but I won't be there because I'll be in Florida. And then when I get back, we have the virtual stamp joy.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
then she
safe
has
travels
one
to
at the end of,
Florida.
yeah, and she has one at the end of March. So I always like when she has 2 in the same month.
Yay.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay, let's see what everybody else is doing. Vicky's going to be working on March birthday cards. Susan's working on pop-up St. Patty's Day cards. And yes, she'll be at the TE unboxing. See you there, Susan. And Kristen says hopefully she'll be able to visit her local store in Colorado Springs as they are celebrating their 30-year anniversary. Yvette, no crafting this weekend, celebrating her mom's 90th birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday to your
Oh,
mom,
yay.
Yvette. Yay. I
That's
hope that's a
awesome.
nice celebration. And Kristen, I was in Colorado Springs. Well, it is probably the same one if it's been open for 30 years, but we were there probably 10, 12 years ago, and I went to a craft store there and loved it. It was awesome. Don't remember the name, but I don't know how many they've had in Colorado Springs that long ago. All right, now I gotta find my word die. So
I think I'm splattering myself more than I'm splattering my cardstock.
I think I do that too. Like I have no splatters, but yet my work surface is covered, even
Yeah,
when I have it in a box.
that's funny.
Oh, there we go. Kristen says it's the same one, Simple Pleasure Scrapbooking and Stamps. Yeah, that was a really awesome store. So originally, I got out the sentiment that had the backer, but since the card is already white in the background, I'm just going to use the script die, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of the Cookie Monster cardstock, which was the center of the flowers, on some double-sided adhesive so that I'm just going to make stickers out of this so I don't have to try to get glue on there.
So how long does this typically take to dry?
Oh, I bet if you give it 5 minutes. Do you have a heat tool? You could hit it with your heat
I
tool.
do. Yeah.
You could
So
try that. And again, if you're gonna
I'm
mute
gonna go do
yourself,
that.
make sure to unmute you.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yes, Susan got splatters on her glasses last night. No, nowhere else, just on her glasses. It's like it was attracted to that. Yeah. Ooh, perfect. I had a little piece. So this is Tailored Expressions double-sided adhesive. It's just the Express It double-sided adhesive, but I had a little scrap that was, it's like it was made for this piece of Cookie Monster cardstock. Oh, Stephanie has a good idea. She said, someone said to use puppy training pads to cover your workspace. That would be a good idea. Karen Chamberlain's going to be at the unboxing tomorrow. Awesome. I might not be chatting, but I will be there.
Okay. That's my splattering.
Yay! You did
Yeah,
get
that's
some
good.
on the cardstock.
Yeah, mostly on me, my clothes.
All right, I'm going to bring in my little scout to do my die cutting, since this is a... Make sure if you're coming in late to stick around because we will be giving our cards away. And since I am making 4, I'm going to pull 2 names for mine.
Maybe I'll do a quad next time. Those are fun. A quad and stencil.
So now I have sticky on the back of this, and all the little insides are staying.
Oh, look. I love that splatter.
Yay!
Thank you for voting yes on the splatter, everybody. Great choice. And now we're going to bring in our pretty butterflies.
They do make some great choices, and I will tell you on Monday when Danny and I got together, they voted on color cube cards and that I was going to use for my project. And I will tell you the one that won was my least favorite that got randomly chosen, but I ended up loving it. So they definitely knew what they were doing when they entered those votes.
Yeah. They know. Trust the viewers.
Yeah, viewers know best, not father.
They do.
And since these, I'm going to do just the sentiments one at a time as they come out of the die cutter, just because I have nowhere to put them temporarily. So just simple cards, simple, quick, easy cards that you can either stencil your own background, stamp your own background, or I have even used 8.5 by 5.5 pattern paper before too to make these.
Oh, yeah.
They had, they introduced at Christmas, they had a special Happy Half Sheets number 3. It was in a special bundle, and I missed out on getting it. I hope they release it soon. Did you get that one,
Oh,
Karen?
yes, that was the birthday one. Yes, I did get that one. I'm missing, what is it? One? What was the number that we got with the virtual stamp joy? What was that one? Was that 2? David, do you remember that one? I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. Volume 1 or 2 when we did it last.
I think that was the first version because like they introduced it to Stamp Joy before they even told the public about it. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that was just the one that I'm using today that doesn't have a number.
Yeah, there's one I don't have that I still need to get.
Goodness, this takes too much concentration. If you have won a card from me recently, or you won and claimed the advent calendars, I am going to the post office tomorrow afternoon to send those out, and I will be back hopefully this weekend or early next week to do the redraw of the one calendar that was not claimed because somebody took all that time to enter and then did not claim their prize. So I have one to do a redraw on. So make sure to stay subscribed.
And that is it.
Oh, yay. So I will, once I'm done with mine, we'll do some close-up. So you can, I guess you already shared what's coming up. So I only have 2
Yeah.
more sentiments to put on, and then we can do our close-up reveals and give away our cards.
Yay.
And I know it's later for you, so you would probably like to have some lunch soon. Oh,
Yes, I will be making some lunch.
I know that I have been bringing this up way too often lately, but let me know if you watch the show Paradise. That Presley and I, it's like kind of our Thursday tradition since she doesn't go into school, she just has online classes. We will be watching the new episode while we eat lunch. So I'm super
Oh, nice.
excited because I think it's the best scripted show in a long time. I love it. Oh, and I forgot somebody the other day, if you're in the chat, suggested Longmire as a series, and I thought it sounded familiar. I have actually watched it years ago, and yes, I did enjoy it. So let me know if you're in the chat and that was your suggestion. I still have to watch Reacher. I have not tried
Yep.
that one yet.
That starts tonight, actually.
Okay.
Season
Oh,
premiere starts tonight at Amazon Prime.
Stephanie is so sweet. She says this is her Paradise show. Thank you, Stephanie.
Oh, oh, that's sweet.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, if you haven't yet watched the Oh So Inspired, um,
Glad.
Hop, do that. Karen is our inspiration this month. So we each picked a project that Karen created and made something new based upon it. So that will be fun to watch. I do have the playlist linked below if you'll go check those out. All right, guys. So my last card, the sentiment kind of gets is over on the left too. So I am going to cut one vellum backer just to help the sentiment stand out where it is over on the left. All right, there's Susan Rushton. That was her with Longmire. Yes, that was a good series. I really did enjoy that too. So thank you for helping me remember about it. It really did sound familiar, but I wasn't 100%. And the Traders, there is a new episode out last night, I believe. So Paul and I will, oh no, it's tonight. Oh gosh, there, Karen, again, I go thinking that it's Thursday. I mean, that it's Friday. Sorry,
Exactly. Yes.
the new Traders is not on tonight, has not already been played. That's why I couldn't find the recap. Christina says, what is Paradise on? Oh my gosh, I am watching so many shows right now, Christina. I am pretty sure. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Hulu, and Susan R came in clutch, and yes, it is Hulu. Yep. Oh, and there's Danny right after. Yeah, it is great, you guys. Check it out if you have Hulu, and if you don't have Hulu, I would suggest subscribing for a month or two. It's that good.
All right.
Let us know over in the chat. Give us a 10 if you have been here the whole time. A 1 or 2 if you just stopped by recently, and a 5 if you came in the middle. Let us kind of know how long you've been watching us today. I know this is a long one, you guys. We're already at an hour and a half, so we appreciate you.
That's awesome. Thanks for sticking around.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. I wanted to see Yvette's. Yvette said she was super inspired by Karen. I cannot wait to hop around.
You.
I cannot wait to hop around. I did not have time this morning. All right, we
It's
got.
pretty much what Danny said. Like, I mean, I haven't watched the videos yet, but knowing that, they're going to be inspired by me, it's like, wow, that's just awesome. Like, they're going to, I created something that can inspire them to create something. So
Yeah.
just that in itself is just that's a cool feeling.
Jean,
Makes
could
my
you
heart go pitter patter.
Oh, wait, here, Jean, there's Jean's question. I won't be able to highlight it because it's way too far up, Jean. But Jean asked, oh, now I got to scroll up here. Did you say TE is going to release Half Sheet 3? I'm not sure. I was hoping that they would have released it by now. So I am hoping, knock on wood, that they will release it outside of that bundle at the end of last year. But I don't, even though I'm on their design team, I don't get a whole lot of insider information, you guys. I learn about a lot of stuff when you do. All right, I am on my last sentiment. Oh, and I don't know if Gloria Wolf is in the chat, but she sent me this beautiful rainbow pokey tool, coming in very handy here as I get all these middles out. And thank you to everyone who's been here for a 10 or a 5 or a 2.5. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be giving away our cards here in just a few minutes. Ooh, Christina, that's good news. She said yesterday her husband told her that T-Mobile is going to give them Hulu for free. Oh, yes, Christina, get on that. Get on that.
That's even better. Yeah.
And if you're a fan of The Handmaid's Tale, which, it's been like 2 years since the last season, it is coming back on in April, I think, for the final season. So that's on Hulu too. I've been waiting for that. That's a little racier though than Paradise, so just a heads up. All right. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm almost done. So if you're coming in late, the audience chose Color Cube card number 367, and they helped Karen make some decisions, and then they helped me decide that I was going to use a happy half sheet. So that's where my card layouts are coming from. Susan says a new season of Reacher starts tonight. She is not waiting for her husband to watch it. Well, just like with your job situation, we won't tell on you. Now, as we go to do the giveaway, You can be anywhere in the world. Subscribe to both of our channels, please, at least 18 years old. And you can only win one card per live. So if you win the first card that is, I don't know if you want to call it raffled or given away, then you won't be able to enter for the remaining ones. I think I'll do down here. All right, you guys, I'm done. So Karen, while I kind of situate my desk, I'm going to make you big and you can give a close-up of your card.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Okay, so this is the Summer Nights stencil and embossing folder. And so Alicia's right. I think this might be like the top favorite card. I think I'm going to be revisiting this card often. So I really do like the splatter. I did play with this before, but I didn't add the splatter. And the splatter definitely gives it a nice added touch. And I like how what was it? The fruit punch? What color did we say that was? Passion fruit. I like that that's pretty much a darker color and it kind of, gives it that contrast of the other lighter colors. And then of course those those butterflies, a nice added touch to the middle of that card. You
That
could
is
also
gorgeous.
pop it up with foam tape if you wanted to, just to give it a little bit more dimension. I think I did that the first time I used this set.
I love that. That is gorgeous. I
Thank
love
you.
how you added the little dragonflies in the middle. I couldn't watch you, of course, make your whole card, but I saw most of the other parts. But that's the first time I saw those, and those are so cute in there. That's a very cute touch.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me get mine. So, of course, we both use the same color cube card, which, yes, this is probably my all-time favorite. And I did that ink blending of the one background using this stencil set from Christina Werner. I used the one that did the layering colors. And then I had somebody ask, Harry asked, what are happy half sheets? So it is a product by Tailored Expressions, and they are laminated cards where they give you stamp or stencil or maybe even use a half sheet of pattern paper, and then they give you instructions how to cut that up, and then you make multiple cards. So kind of like with sheet load making multiple cards, this one, your cards, they all look different. So if you want to check these out, I know that Nightbot has been sharing links. If I haven't put these in the description box below yet, I will do that if you want to go check them out. But here are the 4 cards I made using that. And if you came in late, I did the stenciling on wood grain paper from 12 by 12 cardstock shop, just for some added texture to that. And I got 4 cards with just that one stenciled piece. So it's almost like a Create in Quads, except they're not full-size card fronts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yay, yay. So if you are excited to have the chance to win one of our cards, make sure, guys, that you give this video your stamp of approval. Click on that thumbs up if you haven't yet already. I know that many of you, when you came in, you already did that, but I might not have caught all of you to ask about that. So Karen, if you want to go ahead and I'll take you off camera if you want to change, or off screen if you want to change your camera around. I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So welcome. If this is your first time seeing our faces today, again, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. We will give away the cards here in just a minute. I'll tell you how we'll do that. And then if you are one of the lucky winners, I'll tell you how to claim it. Please make sure that if you're not willing to claim it and give us your mailing address, that you don't go ahead and do the giveaway, because I will give you just 24 hours to get that information to me, and then I'll pass Karen's winner on to her. And if you get your form into me today for those who win my cards, again, I'm going to the post office tomorrow, so it will go out pretty quickly this time, unlike usual where it's like a couple weeks. So again, thank you for being here. It looks like Karen is ready to come back on. There's Karen's beautiful face if you came in late. And let me go check out. Oh, guys, we have 69 thumbs up. Can we get one more? Can we hit 70 since I am giving away 2 of my cards? So we are gonna do Karen's cards first. Actually, you know what? I'll do one of mine, then we'll do Karen's, and then I'll do another one of ours, or another one of mine. Ugh, I kind of feel like they're ours because we created them together since you helped us.
Together. Yes.
Yes, Kristen is so kind. She says, beautiful faces. Thank you, Kristen. All right, let me go get it set up for my first card. And I'll just choose one. Since I'm giving away 2, I'm just going to choose one to send to each of my winners. All right. If you would like to win one of my cards today, over in the live chat box, type in hashtag #CraftyAl, hashtag CRAFTYAL, exactly like it looks on screen. No spaces. Make sure that you have the hashtag. Now, if you happen to see that, oh, I typed it in wrong, like you might have forgotten the Y or you put a space, do retype it so you get your entry, but there is no reason to spam the chat with it because each person does only get 1 entry. So you have about another minute and a half to get that in. And Stephanie says she is ready for the win. Well, good luck, Stephanie. Good luck. Not yet, but as the chat slows down after we've done all the giveaways, if you have any final questions, don't forget to go ahead and throw those over in the chat and type question in all caps in front of it. And that way, before we leave, we can answer any that you might have. Looks like Danny's going. Bye, Danny. Thanks for being here.
Bye, Danny.
Oh, and here, Nightbot has reminded you, if you're not yet already, subscribe to Karen's channel. You can click on the link in the live chat, or I also have her link down in the description box. All right, we got 30 seconds. Oh, Stephanie just requested some music. We can do some music. All right, the first one is done. Let's find out who's going to be the first winner of one of my cards. Again, stick around to find out how to claim it. Good luck, everyone. And we broke 70 likes. Thank you so much, guys.
Yay.
Congratulations to Stephanie.
Stephanie.
I think you spoke that one into existence. Way to go. Congratulations. All right, let me get it ready for Karen's giveaway. So for Karen, you are going to type in hashtag Karen. Give me just a second though till I get that up officially. So type in hashtag Karen, hashtag KAREN, just like it looks on screen. No spaces. Make sure not to leave out any letters. Yes, congratulations, Stephanie. Wow, she must have known. Dawn is trying to speak her win into existence. Now, Dawn, if you win, I'm going to say, like, somehow there's wizardry at work. All right. Good luck, everyone. No way. What kind of sorcery is this?
Wow.
I have a feeling during this final drawing, everybody is going to be throwing in there, I'm ready to win. Wow. Well, congratulations. I might start trying to speak stuff into existence as well. So, Dawn, you are the winner of Karen's card. You'll want to make sure that you remember that for the final, for the giveaway form. And speaking of that, whatever username shows up on screen, that is the one that you'll need to fill out on that form. All right. Oh, here, Dava is wishing into existence she's going to win millions. I mean, Dawn and Stephanie should definitely go buy a lottery ticket today.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get it ready for mine, and I'm gonna have to do a different. I think I have to do a different hashtag this time for the second card. So, if you would like to win the second card I'm giving away today, type in hashtag Alicia over in that chat. Hashtag ALICIA. Make sure it looks exactly like it does on screen. No spaces. If you notice that you spelled it incorrectly or put in a space, go ahead and retype it once to claim your entry into the giveaway. And there's a lot of people now saying that they're ready to win. So I don't know what's going to happen this time. Now, if it comes up and says everybody, then, yeah, that was crazy. Make sure, Chris, to only type in hashtag Alicia one time, please. Even if you type it in 5 times, you're still only going to get that one entry. All right. Good luck, everyone who put that win out in the universe. Let's draw to see who won. Sarah, congratulations. Yay. So, again, remember what you saw on screen and whose card you won. And there is a form down at the bottom of the description box for you to go fill out. Again, it's going to ask what username showed on screen, whose card you won. Try to like identify it in some way, what it looked like mine could be half sheets, Karen could be dragonflies or whatever. You'll fill that out. You have 24 hours. So if I were you, I would go ahead and just right when we're done with the live, fill that out so we can get our cards off to you. I wish we had cards to give to every one of you who took the time to be here with us. Again, as we kind of slow down, if you have any final questions for either of us, you can go ahead and put those over in the chat. I think we kind of already talked, Karen, about what we have coming up. So just
Yep.
make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell for all notifications so that you know when we have new videos. And don't forget, Oh So Inspired Hop, check out the playlist linked below and see how Karen inspired the entire team.
So that's Sarah's second win this month.
I
She won
think
my
she
sheload last
won.
week. She won my
Okay.
sheload last week.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought I recognized her
Uh-huh.
name. I wasn't sure if it was,
Yeah.
when I was on with Danny. So Sarah should get out there and get a lottery ticket too.
Exactly.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Karen, thank you for joining me.
Oh, lots
Um,
of fun as always.
we will see you all next month, hopefully. So don't forget to come back. And until then, guys, I hope you're having a crafty day. Bye bye.